What's going on? So this morning I woke up a little different than I wake up usually, and what I woke up with this morning was a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot of demons, a lot of spirits, and they came in the form of one, insecurity, two, getting me to think about other people and how they think about me, which is insecurity, and the third one was like spiritual warfare in the demonic realm that has to do with it's like a feminine spirit slash gay spirit. I post up a lot of things on YouTube, and I try to get people out of that life, and that spirit paid me a visit. So basically it's like I'm going and I'm trying to save people and get them out of the fire, so to speak, and so I make videos and I do different things to try to minister to the gay people in the gay community to let them know that it's not okay. As a result, those same spirits come, and I get like a little taste of what they're going through. I get a little, it gets me to almost understand them. I'm like, oh, this is what they feel. Oh, this. But if they don't know Jesus, then they just go with the flow, and so then they feel like it's them. That's the point. The spirit that's on that person or in that person makes them feel like they are them, and that's how they confuse the people. So in this video I just want to show you and teach you, if you're dealing with this kind of thing, it doesn't matter what kind of spirit it is, because it applies to all the spirits. It doesn't matter if it's a murderous spirit, a lying spirit, a manipulative spirit, insecure spirit, a gay spirit, whatever it is, a robbery spirit. So if you're dealing with a spirit in your life, then this is how you deal with it. This is how I dealt with it this morning, and there was a lot of them. It wasn't just one or two. It was just like I got attacked, I got ambushed, and I woke up like having to pray. And so when I prayed, I just wanted to say this first. I prayed to God, and I'm gonna give you an example of how I prayed. But they left one by one, and there was a lot of them. So the first thing I want to say is that we want everything all in one shot. We want just everything to leave us all in one shot. Sometimes, very rarely, does that happen. Sometimes it does. But usually demons are stubborn. Usually they're stubborn and they're rebellious. So even if they know that they have to leave, they don't leave right away. They try to wait you out. They try to get you to see if you really mean it. They try to test you to see, if they really have to leave, or if you're going to give up, right? That's what they're counting on, that you will give up and kind of like, it's not working, have that type of attitude, and then they will just remain. So they will test you. So when you say, I command you to leave in the name of Jesus Christ, that's the ingredient to get them to leave. But what you did right there is you kind of like slapped them, and you got their attention. You're like, oh, they don't leave right there. You just got their attention. After that, they try to look for a place to hide. Because the more you say it, the more you say, I command you to leave, then it's like, oh, he feels me, he sees me, he knows that I'm here. Let me look for a place to hide. That's like, these are the steps. So they try to lie dormant. They try to lie like they don't manifest right away. They try to seek a place of refuge and see if you will leave them alone. And after that, and there's different spirits. They're different altitudes. Like there's big ones, there's small ones. The small ones will leave right away, right? But there's other ones that do this kind of thing because they've been in the game long enough, and they acknowledge and understand the human species and how we give up and stuff like that. So they try to wait you out. They try to make you feel it's a process of faith. They're challenging your faith at that point, and your faith says they have to go, but it's not happening. So what's happening to you at that point is your faith has to persevere to make them leave, because they will go. So anyways, long story short, my my morning went like that. My morning started off with me feeling weird. So I felt a way that the way that I live my life is I live my life free. I don't have any baggage on my back. I don't feel burdened or stressed. I don't feel worried, sick, or anxiety. I don't have insecurity about me. I don't have ill thoughts running through my brain and my mind. So this is like my everyday life. And the reason why I live that way and others live like that as well is because we don't dabble in the things that bring those ugly things to our life. So we stay away from toxic people, from people that put that kind of stuff in you, from TV and bad music and this and that. That's what opens the door to all this stuff. And anything that can bring anxiety, bring these spirits, I just don't give it any access to me. So as a result, I don't deal with a lot of those things. Usually when I deal with spiritual warfare, it has to do with me going and helping somebody that is dealing with spiritual warfare. For example, like making a video like this, I probably, what the retaliation of it is like, oh, you're helping people, you're teaching them about, the kingdom of the enemy. So it's like you're helping people. So then what happens after that is that, they form weapons against me as a result. So I just wanted to say that you're more than a conqueror, but you need to have that mentality and you need to edify yourself in that place. And it doesn't happen because you wake up that way. It happens because on purpose you put into practice and you edify yourself. So one of the things I did this morning is that I told myself the truth about myself. So I looked in the mirror and I started telling myself who I am. And as I did that, everything that was contrary to that, I felt them, like, some of them leave, But it was a process. And I want to paint the authentic, real picture for you guys to understand that if you're going through a process where everything's not happening in one shot, that you're not left out. You're not, it's like that, that's just the way it is. So some people hear like, and I commanded them to leave and they all left. And then you try and it's like, well, it's not working for me, so something's wrong with me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to let you know the process of what I went through this morning and how it didn't happen all in one shot. But they all eventually left, and what I did to get them to leave. One, I edified myself and who I am. So very important that you tell yourself who you are rather than let other people tell you who you are. Because your siblings, as well as friends, acquaintances, and just the world in general, want to have a say in who you are. And so that for me is a big no-no. You have to have your own identity. You have to tell yourself who you are, because that's all that's your power. That's your platform of where you stand on, and that's very important. Everybody will see you for what you think you are. So your thoughts will dictate to them what you think of yourself. It will just be on you. So whatever you think about yourself, you'll be carrying that with you everywhere you go. And so even if you're in a bad place, if you start today, you start telling yourself every day and consistently throughout the day, you start telling yourself like a tape recorder who you are, right? Even if you're not that yet, but you just tell yourself, this is what I am. In every respect of all aspects of life, you touch on everything. Then you're renewing your mind, and then you're weeding out the lies and the insecurities and all that stuff. So if you deal with fear, you say that I'm fearless. Fear is usually timid, so you say I'm fearless and I'm bold and I'm courageous, right? I'm a winner. I'm a go-getter. I'm strong and independent. God walks with me. all this stuff, and you tell yourself that, and you're gonna start seeing how your attitude changes, your feelings change, your emotion, everything kind of aligns with your thoughts. And then after that, you're shocking your system, so you have to keep it up every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, and then it will eventually become the truth about you. And so you have to do that. So I'm gonna say this, and then we'll end the video. The spiritual warfare that I experienced this morning, I basically felt for the people that are gay and this and that, because the spirit comes over you and it really makes you feel what it feels. And what it feels is that it's gay. You have to understand this. That spirit is gay. That spirit is gay. So it likes that kind of stuff. But you take that spirit away and you're left with you. So you don't feel that when the spirit leaves. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're not that, and it's not you. So that's why it's important for you to renounce. When you renounce, you're basically saying you're trespassing. I don't know how you got here. I don't know why you're here, but I'm not okay with you being here, and I reject you being here. And you say it and you mean it. It's not just the words, but you mean it. And then it pays attention to stuff like that, because you have authority and you have power. And that's one of the things that God wants us all to know, is that we have power and authority. We have to exercise that power and authority. And so you tell that thing to leave. And remember, in this particular example, I'm speaking about the spirits that are gay and stuff like that, but which is witchcraft. It's witchcraft. A lot of the time it's witchcraft. A lot of the time I have to dismantle witchcraft, because the witchcraft is what brings the spirit. The spirit leaves, and then I still feel residue of something, and I'm like, what is that? And my discernment says it's witchcraft. And so then I pray against witchcraft, and then when I pray against witchcraft, I find that everything left. So there's witches and warlocks and Satanists and all this stuff that are doing their witchcraft behind closed doors to go and attack people, and then those people are being attacked, and they think that that's them. They think essentially that there's a movement going on, everybody's converting into this lifestyle, it's okay, and this and that. Now I feel it, so evidently I'm not too. Not knowing that it's witchcraft, and not knowing that it's spiritual. And you know, you can accept it, but I just want to let people know that you can reject it. There's people that accept it because they feel forced, that obligated, like this is what can I do about it? This is the way I feel. They feel obligated to accept it. And that's what this video is about. It's showing you a route that you don't have to accept. You can reject it. And if you know better, you can do better. But if you don't know any better, then you can fall for the trap of thinking this is me, and this is the way I was born, etc., and all that stuff. And so this is just an educational video for those that don't want to be gay, don't want to be this or that. Just want to let you know that you absolutely have authority. You renounce to the spirit, you reject the spirit, you ask God to remove it, the stain, the residue, all those feelings, all those insecurities, all that can leave. And it leaves because you tell it to leave, right? You have to tell it to leave. And sometimes telling it to leave takes 5 minutes, right? Other times it takes 30 minutes, according to your faith. According to your faith and your authority, it will leave and it will listen to you. So sometimes it's quick, fast, and in a hurry, and other times it takes its time, because the spirit doesn't, it wants to test you. So it's nothing but a test in the end of the day. However, if you want to be free, freedom is on the table. So I hope this video goes and fetches out those people that feel like they're locked in a dungeon or something like that. They're locked into a prison cell, and they feel like, oh, this is me, this is what I have to be. I wish I couldn't be like this. There's a lot of suicidal people that want to kill themselves because they don't want to be gay. They don't want to be this or that, and they feel like I'd rather die than being this. And they feel, but I feel this. I don't know why I feel this, and they don't have any answers. So I make videos like this to let you know. God bless you guys.